This is the Be My Valentine collaboration. Let's make some Valentine's Day home decor items. This collab is hosted by the Flippin' Bunch, which are a group of gals that host Wednesday night live podcasts talking about all things creative. So check them out there every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock. I'm starting off with this old frame. I previously did some repair work right there with some Bondo, and I'm going to sand it and give it more of a shape, trim edge right there, and then I'm going to scuff sand the rest of that frame. Prep work is always the least fun part of the process, but it's completely necessary. Then I'm going to clean everything really well. All done off camera, and then I'm going to touch up that Bondo with some of this Waverly brand chalk paint in the color called Ink, and I'm just tapping it on with a sponge. It's like a perfect match to the existing color of the frame, so it works really well. Once that black paint was dry, I took this outside and I sprayed it with some gold colored spray paint. Then I had this piece of cardboard and I am going to draw a heart shape, and then I'm going to draw a smaller heart on the inside. I probably had the world's most dullest pair of scissors to cut out my heart, but that's what I started with. And then I ended up using an X-Acto blade because that was much easier. So I cut out the heart and then I cut out that inner heart. And if you haven't guessed it yet, I'm going to be making a heart-shaped wreath. I turned on my electric tea kettle to heat up some water and I grabbed a bowl. I threw a few tea bags in the bowl and added my water. I'm going to be tea dyeing some coffee filters. So I let my tea steep for a few minutes and then I tossed my coffee filters in. I just dipped them in there and then laid them on a cookie sheet to let them dry. You could leave them in longer if you want them darker, but I just did them real quick. These can tend to take an awful long time to just air dry, so I like to speed up the process with a hair dryer. I wanted to add, I guess, a little bit of dimension, I guess would be the word for it. So I had some drop cloth fabric scraps that were just in my stash. So I'm cutting them out approximately the same size as the coffee filters. They really don't need to be exact, and just making them a similar size and shape. I kind of like scrunched them up in the middle and hot glued the inside center to make them look like a flower or something similar to that. And then I hot glued them all over onto the wreath kind of randomly. It really helps to hold them in place for a few minutes while that hot glue dries, or else they just kind of like plop over. And then I just did the same thing with my coffee filters. And I just filled in all of the empty spaces with my coffee filters until it was big and poofy and floofy and fluffy. This frame was a little bit too new looking for me after the gold spray paint, so I'm going to add some wax. I'm starting with some clear Jolie wax. I'm going to apply that first, and then I am going to apply some black Jolie wax on top of the clear. And this just gives it a really nice, beautiful age, more of a vintagey feel that I'm looking for. And look at how full and beautiful this wreath is looking. I'm adding the final coffee filters to this heart wreath. I really wanted to make this interchangeable with the frame, so I had to think about it a little bit. I found this thick piece of lace, so I am going to glue that onto the back of the cardboard of the heart wreath. So what I did was I took that piece of lace and I wrapped it around the back of the frame. And then I tied the lace in a somewhat of a loose knot so that way it can be removed and interchanged throughout the year for different seasons, or if somebody just wants to use the frame by itself or the wreath by itself as well. I took a piece of pink vintage ribbon and a piece of vintage thinner lace that I tea dyed, and I wrapped that around the lace that I used to attach the heart wreath to the frame, and then I tied a really pretty bow on to that. And I think it gave it the most perfect shabby chic finish. But you will have to let me know what you think of this one down in the comments. For my second DIY project, we were only required to do one for this collaboration, but I ended up doing three. I'm using some of that same drop cloth fabric scraps that I had on hand. I'm going to take two sheets, then I fold that in half, and then I'm going to trace out half of a heart. Then, using a sharp pair of scissors, I like my Fiskars sewing scissors, I'm going to cut out that half of a heart shape. This will give me two symmetrical heart shapes. My friend Dar sent me these gorgeous stencils, so I'm going to apply them onto this drop cloth fabric using the color called Holy Guacamole by Dixie Belle and a mix of some cashew colored chalk paint by Waverly. I'm tapping my sponge into that mix of paint and then offloading a little bit onto that paper plate right there. Then I'm going to tap onto my stencil. Having both colors on my sponge at the same time just gives it a little bit of dimension. And check out how beautiful this is once I pull off that stencil. I cut this wide piece of lace to the width of the heart. Using some stamps, I stamped out the word love onto some drop cloth fabric. Then, using some pinking shears, I cut that out. In my stash, I had this really beautiful scrapbook paper that matched that Holy Guacamole green color perfectly. So I traced out approximately how big that love word was. Then, taking my pinking shears, I cut that out. I eyeballed how it looked on that thick piece of lace and trimmed it to fit a little bit better, made sure everything looked really good before I secured it. I dovetailed the ends of that thick piece of lace as well. I headed over to my hot glue gun. I glued on the love word to that scrapbook paper. With my hot glue gun, I glued the two pieces of the heart together, but I made sure to leave about a 3-inch gap. That way I can fit my hand in there to stuff it with polyfill. And then once the polyfill was added, I just used my glue gun and glued up that little gap that I left. Glued my scrapbooking paper onto the lace and then tacked it on to my heart just on the left and right side and made sure it was secure there. I added a cute little vintage button on the left and right side to cover up that little glue dollop that I used to attach the lace to the heart. I used floral wire for my hanger I cut it and then I poked it through the fabric and twisted it around itself to secure it. To conceal that wire a little bit better, I used some jute twine and I tied a knot at the bottom of the wire, then wrapped it all the way around and then tied it at the other end. To add a little bit more greenery in there, I used some jute twine with some little viney leaf things in there. And then I wrapped that around the wire hanger as well and did the whole entire exact same process. I added this floral pick into my little love holder. Finally, I had a small scrap piece of lace and pearls I tied onto the hanger. I love the way this one turned out. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Now on to DIY project number 3. I'm using some scrap denim fabric that I pulled out of my stash. I'm going to be cutting this into strips. So I'm folding that piece in half. Then I'm going to lay it down on my cutting mat and I'm taking an acrylic ruler and I'm cutting my strips 1 inches wide each using a roller blade. I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what it's called. That's just what I call it. With a sharp pair of scissors, I'm cutting the folds of those denim strips. I have this sheet of brown cardstock. It's like almost cardboard. I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut it in half. It's 6 inches wide, so that'll give me two 3-inch strips, and it's 10 inches long. So then I'm going to cut it in half again, and I'm going to have four 5 by 3-inch pieces. Then I cut those down to about 2.5 inches each. Some are a little bit bigger, and that is totally fine. And of course, the measurements are all going to depend on your project, but I wanted mine to be about 2.5 inches by about 3 inches. I used some old book pages and I glued that all on to the cardstock. In hindsight, I wish I had glued the book pages onto the cardstock prior to cutting them. Would have made everything a whole lot easier. And I'm just using a regular glue stick to glue that book paper onto the cardstock. And here's why I wished I would have glued that all on first. I had to trim all of that excess paper around the edges of the cardstock with some scissors. If I would have just glued it on prior, I wouldn't have had to do all that. Using the same color paint I used as the fabric heart, I am going to add that really beautiful stencil onto the book pages cardstock. I want to add some stamped letters onto the cardstock, and I want to make a dovetailed bottom. So I'm using my cutting mat and marking approximately the same spot on each piece of cardstock with a pencil. I'm just drawing like a dot where I think the dovetail needs to meet. Then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut out my dovetail. I stamped out the word "Be Mine" onto that drop cloth. Then I'm going to cut out each letter individually with my pinking shears. Using my hot glue gun, I glued the letters onto my cardstock, making sure to leave enough space up at the top where I can add holes. With my hole punch, I put 2 holes, one on the left and one on the right of each piece of cardstock. I also made some little smaller hearts for some extra pieces of cardstock In my craft board, I had this piece of baker's twine. I took the strips of denim that I cut and I started tying them onto the baker's twine. I did 3 pieces of denim and then fed the twine through the front of the hole on the cardstock. I tied another piece of denim behind the cardstock, then fed the twine through the back side of the cardstock. Then I repeated the process for each piece of cardstock. 3 denim strips, the cardstock with a piece of denim behind it, then 3 more strips of denim, and so on. I spelled out the word "be mine" with a heart in between the 2 words and a heart on both ends. I left excess baker's twine on either side and I tied a loop knot for hanging. My final step was to add a cute little vintage metal button on the center of each one of the hearts. And that was it for this one. You'll have to let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. Don't forget to check out the playlist. I will have that linked below as well as on the end screen of all of the amazing participants who will be joining this collaboration. Thank you all so much for watching. Head over to the Flippin' Bunch channel on Wednesday to watch our live podcast if you are interested in this type of content. Have an awesome day, everyone. Bye.